Good afternoon, Madam Chairman. My name is Julie Herford. I reside in 82 and SD8. I came to register my opposition for this bill. Basically, yes, I think the government should live within its means, just like we, the citizen and taxpayer, live within our means. But after I sit here, listen for 2 hours, I don't believe this bill should be voted on at all. I don't think most of the members in your committee even understand. At this point, I'm not clear whether that 3% is a floor or a ceiling, or if 3% is floor, what is going to be the ceiling? I don't know that at this point I should stop and let somebody answer that question, or
again,
Mr. Ginnon.
Russell Ginnon, for the record again, that as I had stated, that this bill would make absolutely no changes for FY 2018 under the proposed amendment. So because as Mr. Fontaine testified that we know that the inflation rate for calendar year 2016 was 1.3%. Thus 2 times that is 2.6%. So, but this bill doesn't do anything to change then the conditions for FY 2018. Then going forward for the secondary cap factor, and remember that's the non-single family owner occupied stuff, that it could set the floor then at 3%, which means then that you couldn't, how much your taxes could go up, again, depending on what the assessor said your assessed value would go up, couldn't go up by any more than 3 or 8, because the 2 times CPI rule and the 10-year moving average and the assessed value growth are going to determine what your taxes could go up in between that 3 and 8%. But over on the single family owner occupied side, it's not changing anything with regards to that law with the 3%. But it is true that under this factor, that if sometime in the future that inflation would fall back such that 2 times that was less than 3%, then at that point in time it would have an effect with regards to potentially increasing people's property taxes. But that would be something in the future that's the uncertainty with regards to what the inflation rates will be. And so hopefully that answered your question. But the thing is, it's not changing the 3% partial abatement factor on single-family owner-occupied homes. It's just changing the floor for the secondary cap, which is for non-single-family owner-occupied homes.
Madam Chairwoman, may I ask another question?
Go ahead.
I do not believe I received an answer on whether there is a ceiling. As I understand, everybody's talking about the floor. 3% is the floor. Maybe maybe he answered it, but it's so convoluted I don't understand. What is the ceiling going to be?
I apologize. So again, Russell Ginnon for the record then. Again, the secondary cap factor, which is for non-single family owner occupied property, that the ceiling will remain at 8%. So that if the, that would be the most that your property taxes could ever increase by under the secondary cap is by the 8% factor. And then the least that they could increase by is the 3% floor that this proposed amendment could establish. And again, that's the way it would work. So to give an example, if it was 3% was the floor, but the assessor said that your property taxes were supposed to go up by 5%, then you couldn't go up by any more than the 3%. But if the ceiling, if you reach that maximum of partial abatement cap factor of 8%, again, for non-single family owner occupied property, and the assessor said that the value of your property was supposed to go up by 10%, then you couldn't go up by more than the 8%. If the assessor said that your property was supposed to go up by 5%, but the abatement cap was that ceiling, the 8%, you would still go up by only the 5%, what the assessor said. And so hopefully that will answer your question about what's the floor and the ceiling for the non-single family owner occupied property. For single family owner occupied property, the ceiling is the 3%, that your property taxes can't increase by more than 3% for a single family occupied home.
So, in short, the residential, which is the house that you live in, the ceiling is 3%. Does
The
that make?
ceiling is 3%.
That's right, 3%. So he was explaining the difference between commercial and residential. So residential, the ceiling is 3%. And that's it.